Welcome back, guys. So, sorry I had to break this up into 2 or 3 parts. I don't want it to be too encumbersome all at once because I don't have any editing software. So I can't speed things up and do voiceovers and stuff and all those cool tricks everyone else can. So I'm just going to do it like this. My plan right now is I have a bunch of fairing strips. I'm going to cut them down into 24-inch sections. And then behind me, I have a jig set up with a Forstner bit to cut holes for the little heads of these screws to fit in. There's supposed to be they're cabinet screws that are like no splitting and no whatever else. So I like using them. They work very well. They hold up my bed, they hold up the cabinet, they hold up most of the furniture in here, and I abuse everything I own. So I'm going to put them in a chair. Hopefully it doesn't fall down. After that, since the tip on the Forstner bit leaves a center point, I'm going to throw in an 1/8-inch drill bit and go through a whole mess of other ones. I'm not sure how I'm going to find out how to attach them to the front of this chairs yet. That'll be an experiment, and we'll figure that out. I think if I get the bottom, like right in the where your butt sits, get that one first, and then maybe lay 2 or 3 on either side of it, I'll be able to, just kind of go from there. Not sure yet though. That'll be a fun experiment. So let's get to it. Let me pause, get set up. I'll show you how I cut everything, then how I drill everything, how well this jig works, and we'll piece things together. See you in a minute. Okay, now we're back. Looks a little bit better. I'm going to show you how I get all these cut. I'm using a very primitive method. A little tool, a little saw, and a little speed square. I have my mark lined up, so I just get it right there. Put the saw on. Hold the piece on the other side so I get leverage against it. There's one. Two, and so on and so forth. I get 4 per fairing strip. They're 8 foot. Yeah, it only takes, a minute to cut a whole fairing strip together. Cut it together, cut it down, and then I'll show you guys how the jig works in just a second. Okay, now that I have a mess of these done up, one thing I will say is when you're done cutting, sometimes it has a tendency to leave a little burr on the bottom. Maybe, I don't know what that's called, maybe swarf, whatever. Just touch that up real quickly on my strip sander. And here's how this jig works. Pop it in. The only thing is you want to make sure you have both of these countersinks on the same side. Don't have to go too deep, that head's not that deep. But when you're done, it'll fit nicely in there. All nice line of recesses, and should give it just a little bit nicer of a touch. And then I'll come back through once I get all these countersunk, since the Forstner bit puts a center bit in there, center punch. It'll help the 1/8 inch drill bit find its mark a little bit better. So once I get all these done and figure out how I'm going to attach them, I'll be back. Okay, so here's what I figured from now. I located the center one based off, I used the center line of the plywood, and then I just had these both clamped together and took a perpendicular, and I used that as a center point, and then I'm just going to butt them up one after another. Line the planks up on each one. I'll drill it out. Then I will sink a screw in. And that should make a nice comfy chair. Comfy chair, at least I'm hoping. I'm going to put, once I get this all assembled, I'm going to come back with another fairing strip. Measure inside of here, and get a nice nice bracing in there, because this will wiggle from side to side, and when you're sitting down there, maybe you have a couple beers, you don't want your chair to collapse on you. So it's my plan, at least. Let's see how well it goes. See you in a minute. Alright guys, so I've gotten this far, and I need a couple more fairing strips, but I've got to know, will it hold me? So, moment of truth. Because the more I add to it, the stronger it's going to get, so hey, feels pretty good too. Nice and wide. Now when I sit with my legs apart, when I put the I'm going to cup the outsides of those arm rests, just so if you really sit with your legs spread, it's not going to bump into you. But that's how I usually sit. My legs are just flush with the edge. Oh, wow. Alright. I'll keep working. I'm just going to keep going up. I'm going to post a video to my Facebook page, Knightsmith, once I get all of these strips on. I'll put a link in the description. And tomorrow I will glue up the mounting brackets for the sides. I'll fabricate the arms. And if all that works out, I'll start work on the second one. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.